It all starts with your mindset. Unless and until your mind is not convinced, you won't be able to change. Indeed, the idea of change can be scary and intimidating. But the reason why many people regret their lives is because they are unable to cope up with change. They find it very painful and challenging. But that's what change is all about. The important question is, do you want to improve yourself or remain the same forever? Choice is yours. Whether it's 6 months or 1 year, you decide the course of your destiny. It's not the duration that matters, but the commitment towards your goal that makes all the difference. Stay tuned till the end if you are really serious about changing your life. Lesson 1. Start small. This is where most people go wrong. Talk about success, and the first thing that pops in their head is a superhuman with unconventional powers. The image itself is so misleading that you completely drop the idea of taking any action. There's no doubt that change itself is a huge step. On top of that, doing everything at once can become overwhelming. But try to understand that success is not about making radical changes. It's the small steps that you take along the way that count towards your progress. When you break down your goals, your mind is better able to manage the situation. It also works much more efficiently than it would have by setting one big target. Once your mind is able to tackle small problems, it is self-motivated to move on to the next stage. So, identify your potential and be realistic with your goals. Lesson 2. Stop chasing perfection. Another reason why people are afraid to change is because they are obsessed with the idea of perfection. They have this ideology that nothing must go wrong at any cost. When it becomes your ultimate goal, you doubt every single move that you make. So whatever you do doesn't seem good enough. That's why you end up never taking the first step. Change is not about being perfect all the time. So don't be so hard on yourself. Focus on your progress instead. Remember one thing, doing something is always better than doing nothing. In fact, perfection is just another excuse to procrastinate. You wait for the right moment, fantasizing your ideal reality. You think, talk, and dream about it, but you never do it. There's no right time for anything. It's now, or never. So, stop giving excuses, and start taking action. Lesson 3. Don't limit yourself. When you are starting out, everything seems scary. You are uncertain of the future, and it seems quite challenging. So it's impossible for you to step out of your comfort zone. But change is all about growth through uncertainty. You can't limit yourself at any cost. By doing so, you won't be able to unlock your potential to the fullest. You are only aware of a small fraction of what you have done up until now. What you don't know is what else you are capable enough of doing. Who knows what lies in store for you in the coming future? You have to explore all your options before jumping to any conclusion. Due to this, you outgrow from your comfort zone and are able to work much more efficiently. So don't define your boundaries early on. Go limitless. Lesson 4. Don't give up. Once you have decided to change, don't give up, under any circumstances. Nothing remarkable has ever been achieved by quitting in the first attempt. Failure is just part of the process. The only difference between unsuccessful and successful people is, they remain persistent all along the journey, through thick and thin. It is very easy to get motivated and kickstart your journey to change. Next thing you know, you have got back to your same old routine. Understand that change is not an overnight process. It does take time to change. You have to be patient with yourself. One tip that I would like to give you all is to visualize your end goal. By doing so, all your problems seem small in front of it, and you gather all the willpower to overcome those obstacles. Lesson 5. Learn to say no. Transformation requires focus, dedication, and consistency. Without any one of them, you can't achieve your goals. With that being said, you must avoid all sorts of distractions. Whether it's going out to party, or hanging out with your friends at a bar. Anything that hinders your progress, say no to all of them. If you are really serious about changing your life, then you have got to stay strong and focused, and sometimes make tough decisions. If your friend circle or anyone else don't align with your vision, then it's completely fine to dismiss them from the picture. When the right time comes, they will come along. Celebrations happen all the time. But once the time is gone, it will never come back. Time is precious, and you must understand the value of it. So take a strong stand for your dreams, and learn to say no. It's in the best interest of yourself. Lesson 6. Overcome your fears. When you embark on the journey of self-transformation, you have got to admit that it's not going to be easy. You will come across many new experiences that you are not familiar with, and that will make you feel uncomfortable. But running away from them is not going to solve your problems. As a matter of fact, the more terrified you become, the more your fears will haunt you. So instead of being intimidated by them, overcome your fears and move forward. You have got to stay strong and face them directly. That's the only way to reach your goal. Facing your fears only makes you stronger. Use it for your own benefit. Don't let them control you. Conquering your fears is a big achievement in itself. Lesson 7. Live in the moment. I have a question to ask. What motivated you to change? Did you regret your personality? Or is it simply because you were bored? Whatever be the reason, ultimately, everyone wants to be happy. But oftentimes, we are so involved in the process that we forget why we started off in the first place. Although, achieving your goals will make you happy, it's still a state of the future, and not the present. So if you are unable to enjoy this present moment, then what's the point of all the struggle? Likewise, if you are stuck in the past, you won't be able to make your present or future any better. Whether it's your failures or achievements, accept them with humility and move on in life. Being anxious about the future or regretting your past all the time is only going to ruin the present. Lesson 8. Revisit your progress. Our mind has this one bad habit. Once it gets used to something, it starts working on autopilot, because it doesn't like spending energy unnecessarily. This can become problematic, because once you get busy, you will not know whether you are heading in the right direction or not. Not every chosen path is the final one. Sometimes, you need to change your course of action. This not only stops things from getting boring, but also keeps your mind active. For the very same reason, you need to re-evaluate your progress every once in a while, so that you can come up with the best solution whenever possible. Just like focusing on growth is necessary, revisiting and analyzing your progress is equally important. Lesson 9. Be organized. It's always good to have a plan of action, because it gives you some sense of direction to work accordingly. Being organized also makes your workflow more systematic. But rather than setting long-term goals, I would advise you all to set micro goals instead. The reason why I prefer this is because our mind is able to tackle problems much better when they are substantial. Like I mentioned before, big goals can be intimidating and are also far from reality. Moreover, setting a longer time period to achieve your goals makes your mind complacent, which comes into action only when the deadline is near. But by setting micro goals instead, your brain is always on alert mode and works more consistently. Motivation, persistence, focus, dedication, planning, and analysis all align with your vision automatically. Lesson 10. Take a break and have gratitude. There's no doubt that time is valuable, and you must remain persistent all along. But that doesn't mean you go to the extremes of not giving yourself a break at all. Journey of change can be long and exhausting. And that's why you must go easy on yourself sometimes. Understand that taking a break and giving up are completely two different things. It's important that you take short breaks, because too much workload and stress can cause mental breakdown. With that being said, also appreciate how far you have come along. Having gratitude towards yourself builds a positive mindset. It only motivates you to work more enthusiastically. Remember one thing: everyone comes together to celebrate success. But you are the only one to appreciate the struggle. So don't wait for others to come along. Have gratitude for all that you have, and have also gone through. To tell you honestly, I myself have been going through a rough patch lately. Whatever I have experienced along my journey, I am sharing that with you all. Hope you find it helpful in case you are going through the same phase. What is your objective towards changing your life? Do let me know in the comments down below. If you want to become a better version of yourself each day, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.